guys, and welcome back to Couch Critics. I'm Ruby.
And I'm Lamia, and today we're gonna review Wuthering Heights.
Yes, it's Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie' latest movie, and it's based on a novel.
By Emily Bronte.
Yes, and it's directed by Emerald Fennell.
Yeah, who also directed Promising Young Woman and Saltburn.
Yes, one of our first movies we ever reviewed.
Yeah, it was our second review.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically a love story between two kids who grew up together, and the girl was raised by a father who had gambling issues. So at some point she decides to get married to someone who's in a better financial situation to get like her and her surroundings out of their misery. But this leads to her losing the love of her life, her childhood best friend as well. And yeah, it's an adventure it's a love triangle basically between the three of them.
Yeah, it's a tragedy that unfolds.
Yes.
In such a beautiful way. It takes place, I think, in I don't know which year.
It's I don't know if it's medieval.
Yeah.
It has that vibe.
It has kind of like a gothic vibe.
Yes.
The costumes are insane. The cinematography was insane. The acting was insane. I mean, I went into this movie like having really low expectations, and we spoke about this, but it's just because I'm kind of sick of seeing Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie in everything basically, and so I wasn't expecting much, and I also read bad reviews about it before it even came out. Like, people were saying that it's not faithful to the book.
Yes, that's true. They said that the main character was not a blonde white woman, so that's one of the first issues. A lot of people said that there was no chemistry between Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if there could have been more chemistry, but I think that they both delivered their role really well. So I don't really have a lot of complaints about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, people apparently Margot Robbie wore this like jewel piece from I think that belonged to India that was stolen at some point, and she was wearing it to the red carpet and everybody was raging about it. So yeah, I think, and also Margot Robbie, I'm sorry, this like the whole press bad reviews, but Margot Robbie said in an interview that like she couldn't like get out if Jacob Elordi wasn't with her. Like, she kind of seemed very dependent to Jacob Elordi and not to the character, and I feel like that's becoming an issue because at some point during the movie I did see Barbie instead of Margot Robbie, and I don't think it's because of the movie. I think because every time a movie comes out, the press is so
overwhelming.
Yeah, overwhelming, that we stop seeing the actors as actors and we start seeing them as their characters. But this kind of plays against them when they're doing a different movie and we're still seeing their previous character.
Yeah.
Granted, I still think it was a beautiful performance, but there was like just a few times where I'm like, that's Barbie, like that's
Yeah, and also like that would have been so problematic if Jacob Elordi acted during the press tour the way that Margot Robbie's acting. I mean, she said in one of her interviews that he made her feel weak in the knees.
Yes.
Which is not normal. I mean, she's married and she just had a kid, and I mean, even if she wasn't married, like, that's still problematic. They're co-workers, and you know, it's just kind of weird, and it made me feel uncomfortable. And
it made me not want to watch the movie, to be honest. And I'm so glad I did, because it is a good movie in my opinion.
But I do think it's a marketing strategy that a lot of like people in Hollywood are using right now to just like, you know, it's so, I mean, it's so early 2000s. People used to do it like whenever a movie would come out, everyone would say that the leads were together and everything. And Sydney Sweeney did that also with Glenn Powell, but I don't think it's working anymore. Like, people could decide if they want to watch a movie or not.
Yeah, and I think Sydney Sweeney did it well because try to fight it. And when
Yeah,
you're playing along with it, we're just like, it's too obvious that it's just for the marketing.
totally.
But like, I remember there was a TV show in Lebanon that was so famous when I was a kid, and the main actors did another TV show after that
Mm,
where they also played lovers, and they kept saying like, no, we're not, and no, this is just work and all. And it
mm,
just made the public even more curious about that because they didn't agree with it. But when you agree with it, it just so bluntly seems like a publicity stunt.
mm.
So yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, the acting was great. I mean, I think Margot outshines Jacob in this movie, but I don't know. Like I don't really see the appeal about Jacob Elordi.
I do.
I
He
don't.
has a very superstar kind of vibe.
Really,
Yeah.
I do think he's overhyped. I feel like he's been playing the same vibe and the same character in like Euphoria, Elvis, I mean Priscilla, and this movie. He's like it's always the same with him. Like you could almost expect the way that he would play off a character. Like there is no change. I have not seen any range.
I have not seen him in Euphoria, but I remember when I watched Saltburn and I told my friend that he played the nice guy, she was like, "Oh, really, Jacob? Like, we're
Yeah.
so used to him to being like the bad guy." So it is
He's
maybe
not a bad. He's just like that mysterious guy who doesn't speak much and just
okay.
stays
Hmm.
mysterious.
Maybe he is getting typecast, but I feel like in
Mm,
this movie he was more vulnerable than he was in others. Like it's the
yeah.
first time I see him as a man in love and not just as like a college boy like he was in Saltburn
Mm,
or like a superstar. Because even in Elvis, like and Priscilla, I mean, I like the relationship he had with Priscilla, but I did not really like we did not see the chemistry as
no.
much.
Yeah.
This movie challenges the chemistry a bit more, so
Mm,
I like this about that. Yeah.
same.
I think it's a romantic movie, and I haven't seen a romantic movie in a really long time. It reminded me a lot of Pride and Prejudice by the fact that, like, the main character played by Margot, her name is Catherine. She's very pretentious, not in a bad way, but she's this,
She's flawed.
yeah, she's fun, but she has like she's I don't want to say arrogant, but she has her like her personality, and it's kind of her charm, and it just reminded me of Keira Knightley in Pride and Prejudice,
Mm,
and even the husband, like her husband. I was so surprised because through the whole movie, I expected him to be a bad, like to be like a bad husband or to play a mean character or and all, but turns out he really loved her. He really loved Catherine,
hmm.
and yeah, yeah,
I also liked the husband. I feel like he was a good man, and especially at the ending when he, spoiler alert, tried to comfort. Hey Chuck. Hey Chuck.
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff. Yeah. I found that to be very telling about the person that he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's a very loving person. There's there's a movie I love. It's one of my favorites. It's also played by Keira Knightley. It's called Anna Karenina. It's based on the
Yeah.
movie by the book by Tolstoy, and it's also about um, adultery because this movie is about adultery.
Yeah, totally.
And Anna Karenina's husband was also like he knew she was cheating on him, but he was also very understanding of it. Like
Hmm.
he didn't try to get a divorce. He didn't try to like do anything because we keep forgetting that in these times women did not have a lot of rights. So yeah, it's just fascinating to see like sometimes the husbands can also be blinded by
Hmm.
love and want to still be in a relationship even if their partner
Yeah,
is
and it's
cheating on
also
them.
very human and real, I feel like,
Hmm.
because, if you think logically, obviously, like when people know their significant other is cheating, the normal response is to just get a divorce,
Yeah,
move on. But the human response is not always as obvious. So
yeah,
sometimes people prefer to act as if nothing happens
yeah.
and keep on going instead of losing that person.
And we see it almost everywhere. Like we even saw it in Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
It's out of the blue, but when I don't like Nate's cousin, I even forgot his name, but like when he cheated on his wife with
Serena.
Serena, his wife was like, "But I'm his wife. Like you're just a
Yeah.
passing mistress, but I'm staying." So
Mm.
we do see like the desire of wanting to like stand the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating. I mean, it's still, granted, I don't think cheating is okay in
No,
any way.
totally.
And not trying to romanticize that, which movies tend to do. But yeah.
I think that sums it up for Wuthering Heights.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. If you guys haven't watched the movie, go check it out and let us know what you think.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And
or Galentine's or
yeah, or whatever. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.